let's go to Tariq Ramadan. Sorry, you dropped off the line there for a second, but you're back now. You, as I mentioned, Professor of Contemporary Islamic Studies at St Anthony's College at Oxford. I'm looking at some of the coverage today, and there is this preaching apparently of one of the mosques to which one of these individuals went to, in which it talks about this is not the real life, this is a passing time, the real life is the afterlife. Are you concerned about the message that is being given in some mosques?
Yes, of course. I think it's very important for us to look at the whole situation. And as it was said, I think it's not possible for Muslims not to say, for example, it has nothing to do with Islam and these people are not Muslims. Of course they are Muslims and we cannot put them outside, and then they are quoting verses of the Quran. So we have the moral duty to say, look, this is completely wrong, it's a distortion of our message, and we have to take a stand, and this has been done. The problem that we have with many politicians and our average our fellow citizens and even the media now is that we keep on repeating this, and there is a consensus among the Muslims, and we keep on repeating this. It's as if we are not saying anything. It's the fifth time that I have to condemn this and say, okay, you don't speak enough. Yes, I speak, but we have to be listened to. This is one. The second is, yes, at the grassroots level, we have people who are saying things that are wrong, that we have to be clear that this is not the right way of teaching Islam. We also have to ask our government to be consistent with their policy. They can't just be in touch and promote, for economic reasons, relationship to Saudi Arabia and to Gulf states and to people who are preaching the Salafi literalist reading of the scriptural sources. They deal with them, they let them build mosques and spread their teachings, and at the same time they are asking us, Western Muslims, oh, you have to be moderate. Yes, but you have to be consistent.
Is there an issue closer to home with the government's Prevent programme, which was meant to tackle extremism? There have been many who feel it's just not doing enough.
No, it's not doing enough. It's doing it wrong. I think that there is, we are building a policy, a security policy based on fear and stigmatizing a segment of our population.
Although it is very difficult, isn't it, to fight this without kind of saying something is wrong, and that ultimately will lead to some sort of stigma there. How do you do it right?
Yes, you are right, and I think that it's difficult, we all know this, but first you have to be clear as to our goals and who are our partners. Now, Western Muslims, and the huge majority of the Muslims, the Western Muslims, are partners and they are allies in the fight against violence. They are not the people who have to be suspected. They are citizens and they can contribute. It's as if with Prevent and some of the policies, we are not clear as to the goal. What do we want exactly? Do we want to defeat extremism, or do we want to, in fact, change or keep the image of any Islamic activities as something which is suspicious? That's the problem. The problem is stigmatizing. And for example, I am a Western citizen. Do I have the right to say, for example, as a British citizen or as a Swiss citizen or as whatever, that the policy of my government is wrong? I have the right to do so without being suspected of anything. So there is something here which is, let us monitor all the discourses as being suspicious or as not being clear as soon as the people are criticizing the government. I think that this is wrong. So we need to be clearer as to our goals, and we need to know with whom we are going to work. And we, Western Muslims, European Muslims, are partners. We are not the problem. We are part of the solution.
I think the other issue, Roddy, is that you are in a position where sometimes you have these pictures on the front pages of newspapers and it scares people. It adds to the terror. It also, as was mentioned there, does stigmatize people. Could more be done by other religions to reach out?
Unquestionably. I think that the comment was made that we're partners. I think those who believe in God have a partnership. There is a great deal of overlap in the scriptures that we accept. I think that we need to resist demonization. There is a long history of demonizing people. The New Testament, in fact, tells us not to do that very specifically. It tells us that the response to your enemy is to love him. If we don't declare that we are people who respond to others with love and understanding, then we're not doing our part.
And actually, a lot of these individuals, in many cases, are they potentially taken advantage of by people? There are people sometimes with social issues in the background. Are they taken advantage of by individuals as well?
That's simplifying a bit. I mean, certainly there are factors that we know that make people liable to extremism. Sense of defeat, being marginalised is part of it. If you're given an excuse that makes you seem Superman, then of course you're liable to take it. The people who are doing the radicalisation are also in that category.
Professor Roddy Cowie, thank you very much, and also thank you to Dr. Tariq Ramadan.
Let's take a look then at the morning papers. London attacker had lived in